This is an animal. And I really think that there's going to be a lot of pressure on Russia to make sure that peace happens. Because, frankly, if Russia didn't go in and back this animal, you wouldn't have a problem right now. He was going to be overthrown. I thought he was gone. He had another week. I mean, he was finished. He had nothing. Nothing.
Well, President Trump can certainly be forceful, can he not? Assad is an animal. I think he used that word twice in the interview with Maria. And look who's here. Nigel Farage, the man behind Brexit. We don't have a shrinking violet as the President of the United States, do we? And do you approve?
No, I approve of much of the way that Donald Trump conducts himself. But I would just add to the point that, yes, Assad undoubtedly has done some pretty awful things against his people. But just look at his opponents, because, you know, amongst the array of people against him are organisations like ISIS, whose behaviour against people, frankly, at times is bestial. And I think it is a real problem in this part of the world, trying to pick the good guys and the bad guys. Because what happens once Assad has gone? Because, you know, you listen to Secretary of State Tillerson, you listen to Boris Johnson from our country, and what's pretty clear is the West is now calling for regime change. They're calling for Assad to be gone. I've yet to hear one sensible explanation of who or what is going to replace him.
I think President Trump may be dialing that back. He's gone to great lengths to say we are not going into Syria. Maybe he's countering the calls
Yes.
from some people saying regime change.
Well, I think it's a great relief that the President gave that interview last night, making it clear that ground troops are not going in. I think a lot of Trump voters would have been mightily relieved by that. But still, there are many people around the President and close to the President who are really being quite explicit in saying they want regime change. Well, we did this in Iraq. We did this in Libya. I just wonder what the alternative is.
Nigel, did you know that former President Barack Obama is going to visit Europe shortly, next month, I believe, in May? He's going to visit Angela Merkel.
Yes.
And at precisely the moment that that meeting takes place, President Trump will be visiting Europe as well. What's going on here?
Yeah, well, Trump is going to Brussels to go and meet NATO, which I think is very important indeed, because they need to get the message very clearly that America will not go on picking up the tab if the other members aren't paying the 2% of their GDP membership fee. As for Obama, well, I mean, the one country he wouldn't visit in Europe, of course, is the United Kingdom, because he doesn't like us very much. He always saw Germany as being America's best ally in Europe, and I guess it'll be a get-together of the globalists. They can have a losing party for all the things that went wrong to them in 2016 and may well happen to them in 2017.
As I was saying, no shrinking violet over there next to Big Ben.